Well, good day, everybody. This is Charmaine Miller once again. Excited, really excited that you're still allowing me to be your running partner on this journey of continual learning and personal growth. Listen, if you have not yet figured out that you possess the most powerful tool ever, then you need to go back and view the first three videos in this Power of the Mind series. I mean, I was getting reinvigorated just researching and reviewing the information to present to you. Talk about some good stuff that can grow your mind. Woo, yeah. Well, you now know that the influence of the mind in achieving your preferred end product or your desired goal is something that is supported by science, by scripture, and even by the secular world. Yeah? Remember, we talked about that last one, especially in the world of sports. We now see the importance of forming detailed, very detailed mental pictures. I like to call them mental movies, to help us with achieving a goal. But there's more to it than that, right? I mean, I've been dropping hints all along, but today I want to put everything in perspective before we close out the series, all right? Let's begin with the so what, now what questions. Good place to begin. So, what does visualizing, picturing, mental imagery have to do with you, educators, entrepreneurs, office workers, parents, college students, whoever you may be? Trust me, no matter what field you're in, I'm sure you have some goals, right? Some goals for yourself, maybe? Yeah, I'm sure you do. Well, allow me to speak specifically to the educators right now, if you don't mind, since they play such a critical role in our communities. Now, let me ask you, teachers, principals, administrators, what do you envision for your school? Perhaps for your classroom, for your students? What progress do you foresee them making, let's say by December? Or how about by June? What kind of individuals do you want them to be? Where do you want them to be, say, in the next 3 years? When you see them down the street or you see them in an office building, what do you envision for them later on in life? Now, these are serious questions, These are questions that I challenge you to take some time to truthfully answer. Even my own son spoke to me about how he was greatly impacted and encouraged when his 10th grade teacher, English teacher, actually told him about what she envisioned for his future as a writer. She gave him some compliments about his writing and she said, "Oh, I can really see this on a shelf somewhere, blah, blah, blah." He said it motivated him so much to pursue his desire to be a best-selling author. Wow, man, listen here. The Pygmalion effect, or the power of the teacher expectations, is still a real phenomenon. In fact, one study in New Zealand, now I got to go to the research because sometimes you just don't take my word for it, but there's a study that took place in New Zealand. I think it was the University of Auckland. They verified that the greater the expectations of the teacher, the higher the gains of the students. Whoa. Now you see why I'm admonishing you to take time out to visualize what you desire for your students. Whether you realize it or not, it does make a difference. I have an exercise I want you to consider doing. Get a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle. Now at the top of one of the columns, I want you to write the words, "the picture." Now on the other side, at the top of the other column, I want you to write the words, "the pitfalls." So we have one side, the picture, the next side, the pitfalls. Now in the first column, I want you to make a list of what you envision for your students, for your school, even for your community. All right? And if you're not an educator listening to this, then you decide what it is you're going to focus on. Now these could relate to academics for the students. It could relate to social development, moral growth, whatever. Now in the next column labeled the pitfalls, I want you to list the obstacles or the challenges that might arise for each of the things you picture. Now you might be wondering, well, why are you focusing on the pitfalls? I just want to see the picture. I want to see what I'm going to achieve. Well, that's simple. If you know what to expect, you can begin thinking of ways to overcome them before they even materialize. That's what I call being proactive. And that's what we at Proactive Skill Developers are that's what we're all about. Now, and if and when it does come into fruition, you won't be surprised, and you'll be better equipped to handle the challenges. Now, doing this exercise will definitely give you the fortitude to not bow to the challenges, not succumb, not be overwhelmed by them, but to rise above them because you expected them anyhow. Now, as we wrap up, let me remind you that what we see impacts what we say, which in turn influences what we sense and ultimately what we do. I'll say that again. What we see, of course, I'm talking about what we visualize, what we see in our minds, the mental movies, impacts what we say. And I'm talking about the affirmations, the things we constantly say, oh, I'm going to be this. Oh, I see you as this. The things that you affirm to yourself. In turn impacts what you sense, meaning how do you feel when you see yourself achieving those things, or when you see your students achieving those things, or when you see these things happening in your business or in your home. Then all of that will help to garner you, give you the garner the strength that you need to actually go into action to make it happen. So what you see impacts what you say and influences what you sense and ultimately what you do. Let's not forget the power of the do. You know, we have to get into action. It was said, vision without action is just a daydream. We don't want to be about that. But guess what? Action without vision is a nightmare. Ooh, got to look at both sides of the coin. So remember the equation: see plus say plus sense times the do. Guess what it will equal to? Dreams coming true. And that's how the law of attraction works, you know. That's how we manifest what we desire. That's how we achieve our goals. That's how we get our preferred future. That's how we harness the power of the mind. So running partners, you better mind your mind. You better mind. It is my hope that this video has encouraged you and assisted you in a practical way. If it did, feel free to share it, tag your friend, and subscribe to our YouTube page, Proactive Skill Developers, to catch up on all of our upcoming videos. We would love for you to take a few seconds and type us a note on our channel and maybe even our Facebook page and tell us how this video resonated with you. We always appreciate hearing from you. In the meantime, let's choose to keep learning and growing, because what we learn, you know, becomes a part of who we are. And like Einstein said, once we stop learning, we start dying. So never stop learning, because life, as you know, never stops teaching. Until next time, to your success.